do.
Get my phone, because that's got my script on it.
I've got mine there, so all I have to do is go. Right.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Do 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 do. Okay. Through this video, we want you to. Bollocks of thoughts.
Throughout this video, we would like you to think about what remembrance means to you.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe that. Through this video, we want you to discover why remembrance means why. I think I've seen why instead of what.
Come on. First line.
God. Okay. For this.
I'm doing first line.
Alright.
Do I have to hold it?
Apparently this bird, yes.
Okay. Throughout this video, we want you to think about what remembrance means to you. And by the end of this video, you should hopefully...
It's the first line!
Shut up! Well, was my first go. Hopefully.
And I should start talking in Irish accent after forward.
In this video, we want you to think about... Right, okay. Throughout this video, we want you to think about what remembrance means to you. And hopefully, by the end of the video, you will have a different understanding of remembrance and why it's so important.
I'm gonna start laughing through that whole thing, Actually, I can't say the cut.
Do one.
Oh, I know. I've just looked over. I know what I say about departing.
Mine's up here.
Is it departing?
Yes, departing.
Departing.
You're departing.
Actually, yeah, that's a good way of remembering it. Okay, ready? Serious. On the first day, out of 1,000,000 names, we picked the name departing, which meant absolutely nothing to us, but by the end of the trip, we made a great deal. Now you talk about the only woman.
Right, I'm going to pause after each sentence because there's a lot here.
Yeah, okay.
It's day 2. On day 2, we went to Untitled Cemetery and we found out that every headstone holds a story. It's not just a name that's on the headstone, there's much more to that. Each name has a life, and each of those lives fought and died in the Great War. Okay. Nellie Spindler is the only one. Nellie Spindler is the only woman buried in Untitled Cemetery, and one of 2 that are buried in Belgium. She was a very important person to the war, and she was a nurse in the near hospital. There was a horrible pause in between that. Do it again, Caitlin.
Yeah, there was.
Can't get my words out. The only woman buried in Untitled Cemetery is named Nellie Spindler. She was a nurse in a nearby hospital, and she helped many men throughout the war. However, she was unfortunately killed by a shell explosion. Okay, next person. Was he the 15-year-old?
You got a clear 15-year-old.
Lieutenant John Hartman. I'm not going to go into names, I'm just going to say there was also a 15-year-old. So, what do you want me to say? 15-year-old. Surprisingly, whilst at Untitled, we also found out that there was a 15-year-old who lied about his age to join the army. Oh, you're gonna have
to join the army.
To join the army.
To bring the
To join the
army.
army. I've got so many accents. I'm trying to use my British one rather than.
Yeah, we're
Whilst at Untitled, we found out about many other kids.
We're doing a BBC report, not an American report.
Whilst at Untitled Cemetery, we also found out about a 15-year-old boy who lied about his age purely to get into the army and to join the war. Next one. Upon walking through the cemetery, we found a high-ranking soldier buried amongst privates. Sounds so weird saying that. This was rather unusual, as many privates were normally buried together, and high-ranking soldiers often didn't fight with their privates. It sounds so weird saying that. I can't say that. There needs to be another way of saying it.
Fight with the privates.
Fighting with their privates.
Censor.
It was unusual for high-ranking soldiers to fight somewhere on the front line. Normally, they stayed much further back and stayed out of all the action. However, this one didn't. He was different, and he wanted to make a difference, and therefore fought with his soldiers. Yes!
You had to just start that as well. I was laughing at myself in the corner, gazing out the window.
And then this is the last part. Everyone's equal, so they're all put together.
Germans, religion, ranks, and Americans.
In the end, we found out that everyone is equal. No matter what your religion, race, age, anything, everyone was equal. So in Leichenturk Cemetery, you can find Christians buried beside Jews, buried beside Germans. It doesn't matter. Everyone's equal and they all fought for the same cause and for their country. Yeah! Are you gonna have fun editing this?
I know, I can't. I might send Miss Bell the whole video. Miss Bell and Bird.
Oh shoot.
What?
The last post ceremony.
No, that one's my part.
Is it?
Yeah, I put it in blue, because you've spoke a lot. So
Alright, okay.
I did the
yeah,
last part.
that's cool.
So we have like half of a day, even though I don't say much.
Oh, that's why,
see.
because I haven't got colours on here.
Yeah, you don't have colours.
I was just doing it day by day.
I've got pretty colours on my script. Okay, last post ceremony, to pay respects to thousands of names, of known and grave. Happens every day. Bloody tourists use flash when we were told not to. Okay. Ready? Finally, the last thing we'd done on that day was go to the last post ceremony, which paid respect to thousands of people who had unknown graves. Yeah, that's it. That's all I need to say.
The last post ceremony takes place beneath the Menin Gate, which is situated in Eva.
In Yeeps.
Eva.
Eepa.
Or Wipers, as it was to the soldiers. We can add in little facts as we go.
Alright. You can say that part then. You just butt in me, and they'll be like...
Which, by the way, was known as Wipers.
Yeah, you can do that. So I'll go...
Or I can be here and just go, by the way, that was known as Wipers.
just randomly in a cut, kill and vanishes.
I like pop there.
Okay, so I need to go...
The last post ceremony took place beneath
Last post gates. The last post ceremony takes place every day at the Menin Gates.
Menin Gate.
In Eeps.
Also known as Wipers by the soldiers.
Okay, right, ready? Okay. The last post ceremony takes place in the Menin Gates every day in Eeps.
Also known as Wipers by the soldiers during the time.
Oh, that went well. I almost ballsed up. Okay, day 3, you talk about Caterpillar Valley to the New Zealanders, and then I talk about Thipal.
Right, so I'm doing Caterpillar Valley and the New Zealanders.
Yeah, and then I do Thipal and...
Teepval.
Yeah. Thipal. Thipal?
Teepval.
Tefal.
Teepval.
Teepval.
There's a V. Teepval.
Tefal. I always pronounce the V. I over-exaggerate the V.
Teepval.
You know, the rule is French. I do exaggerate everything.
En français.
Not much of the
So,
commission either. Yeah, so you talk about Caterpillar Valley. There's the mic. Get your hand stuck in there.
Shall do. On day 3, we visited Caterpillar Valley. Now, Caterpillar Valley... Caterpillar Valley is so horrible to say.
I'm glad you stopped it.
Caterpillar Valley.
I was doing this, trying to get myself comfortable.
Right, okay, you good?
I'm good.
On day 3, we visited Caterpillar Valley. This valley is falsely named, as it isn't actually a part of Caterpillar Valley. However, that is besides the point. This valley is a memorial to all the New Zealanders that fought and died in the Great War.
And now you gotta say it all
I
over
know,
again.
I know. It's horrible. The third day. Right, I'll just do it without a clapping board. Are you ready? On the third day, we visited Caterpillar Valley, and my colleague here is laughing, so I cannot continue.
I wasn't laughing, I was
You
joking.
were like...
I was just smiling at myself.
Okay. Caterpillar Valley. Falsely named.
You're ballsing up anyway, speak it.
It's not a memorial. Oh yeah, it's a memorial.
It is a memorial.
Right, okay.
It's a bunch of graves.
You good?
I'm good.
On the third day, we visited Caterpillar Valley. Although falsely named, it is still a memorial. I'm gonna murder you!
It's because I was doing this and you went, you good? I went, I'm good. And then you just started, I was like, okay.
Right.
I didn't know what to do.
3, 2. On the third day, we visit. Oh my god! On the third day, there was light, which created the sun. That's a lie. Created it on the fourth day. I think. Breathe. That's recorded. Right, okay.
Okay. I'm good.
Emoji. On the third day, we visited Caterpillar Valley. I'm going to hit him over the head with a mic.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not, Jay. I don't talk to Cody. So help me, I will stop talking to Cody.
Go deep.
I'm going to grab my phone there. That's why I was like, no.
I'm grabbing my phone. Okay. I'm good.
Every time I'm about to start, and you just laugh.
It's because I can see you build up to it. You're like,
No.
you're like straight and slow. Ouch. Oh.
On the third day, we visited Caterpillar Valley, a memorial which is to the New Zealand soldiers who fought and died in the war. It's important that this memorial exists, as a lot of people nowadays tend to think that it was just the French, the British and the Germans that fought in the war, when it really wasn't. The New Zealand Memorial is very important, as we must remember all of the people who gave up their lives for us and their countries. Finally.
Okay, Teepval. How do I say it?
Teepval.
Teepval. We visited Teepval, which is a massive monument to, what is it? Over 20,000 soldiers.
20,000 missing soldiers.
20,000 missing soldiers. Me and Kaelin researched our own family history. For me, it was the Collinses and Calligans, which I found 2 slabs on, and the Calligans 1 whole slab. Which Kaelin found 1 Blackmore, which could be an actual relative to her, as it's more likely. And you could see the removal of names of soldiers who have finally been found. Okay, that's simple. No balls up, Kaelin. I did not balls up at all. My hair is a mess. I don't have my makeup woman here today, so I've got to do it myself. Teepval. Teepval. In the afternoon, we visited Teepval, which is a massive memorial for thousands and thousands and thousands of soldiers. Me and Kaelin researched our own family history and names. I found 2 whole slabs on Collinses and a whole slab on Calligans. Kaelin found 1 Blackmore, so she could be closely related to him. Also, you could see names of people's names removed. That means they've found their graves. I paused up, but that's a good cut. I'm just doing that.
You're just leaving it like that.
I'm leaving it like that. It wasn't a much bigger of a balls up as yours.
Yeah, you kept laughing. It was you that forced me to mess up.
Hey, I didn't do anything. I laughed because you ballsed up.
Is it me or you?
D4, I say about German territory, then Pinecott, and then about David Pardon, because then you say the whole conclusion.
Right.
So...
You got a lot to say.
Yeah, you can say about German territories.
Okay.
And then I'll just do the whole... Because that whole David Pardon relates to Tyncott anyway. So I don't have much more to say.
On the 4th... Okay, right. 3, 2. On the 4th day, we visited our first German cemetery. Now, throughout the other cemeteries, we had seen German graves. However, we hadn't seen many. Upon visiting this cemetery, we saw it was very different to the others. The Germans had designed their cemeteries during 1916, whilst the war was still in place. However, the British had waited until 1920. You had a beep!
I bet that wasn't even heard. I bet you just bulled up your own take because of a car.
I don't care.
That
Do it
hasn't
again.
even picked up.
We'll do it again. On day 4, we visited our first German cemetery. Throughout the other cemeteries, we had seen German graves, but there weren't many of them. So when we visited this cemetery, it was very special. A lot of the graves were... Oh my god!
So how come a beep of a car distracts you, but the vibrating of your stupid thing doesn't? That's serious here. I'm doing my time.
Right, so... 4th day, we visit a German cemetery. Germans designed their cemeteries during 1916. However, the British waited until 1920. I'll just go straight to that. On the 4th day, we visited our first German I was going to say Centenary.
Centenary. A German cemetery.
Cemetery. We visited our first German cemetery.
We visited our first German secretary.
You never do. On the 4th day, we visited our first German cemetery. Please stop fixing your hair.
That's your fault.
Oh my god, there's so many. Right.
That guy, yeah.
Just been licked.
Try and keep it PG, please.
On the 4th day, we visited our first German cemetery. The Germans, in 1916, had designed what they wanted their cemeteries to look like, whilst the British and the French had waited until 1920.
Yeah, it's fine. This is the 17th retake anyway.
You're going to have to wrap these up, so we put them somewhere.
Yeah, pass it off. Put them under here.
It's them, but you don't have to wrap the flowers up. That's my card. And then you need to write your card out, remember?
I'm deeply sorry for the loss of everyone in World War One. Here's some complimentary flowers from us at JC Life Productions.
Right, I'll say that part again. Probably up like the name of the door.
Well, I am surprised at how that hasn't happened much. I knew it would. There we go.
My hair's poofing in, so no. Okay.
Damn.
On the 4th day, we visited our first German cemetery. The Germans had designed what they wanted their cemeteries to look like during 1916. However, the British and the French had waited until 1920. For this reason, the German cemeteries look very different. There are very small graves. However, underneath these gravestones, oh my god, buried under these graves.
It's okay, you were saying that and I started laughing and I was like, oh god damn it. It's because I went like that and I went, she's going to comment on that, and then you didn't. I was like,
I got away with
and
it.
then you were like, German graves, and I started smiling and I was like, that's so offensive, don't smile. And I went, take two.
3094. On the 4th day, we visited our first German cemetery. The Germans had designed what they wanted their cemeteries to look like during 1916, and the British and the French had designed theirs in 1920. For this reason, the German cemeteries look very different. Cut it there because I need to think about this next part. Within the German cemetery, there are 2 crypts. Beneath these crypts, within these crypts!
That's why I went, some of you audio will pick that up and realise that's where I need the good part.
Within the German cemetery, there are 2 crypts, and within these crypts, within, yes, within. I thought I had the wrong word again. I'm sorry. I'm so bad.
I'm just gonna wear a Mexican sombrero in a minute.
Within the German cemetery, there are 2.
Gagaboo.
Baby. That. Right. Within the German cemetery, there are 2, not true, 2. I can't talk.
God damn it.
Within the German cemetery, there are 2 crypts, and within these crypts are many unknown soldiers. A lot of the graves have either 2 unknown soldiers or 3, maybe even 4. I think I pulled a face at the end of that one.
No, I did because I thought you were going to stop because you sort of ballsed up a bit, and I started going, yeah, and then you went German graves and bodies, and I just looked down and don't. Oh, it's because you said something. It's because you had that a little sort of tweak of a pause. I knew it when you said something. I was like, she's ballsed up a lot.
I haven't, but you know, let's do it again then. Right, this is the one. It's the one. I'm hyped. It's the one. For the one. No, the one. Okay. I forgot how to start it. Within the German cemetery. Within the German cemetery, there are 2 crypts, and within these crypts are many unknown soldiers. A lot of the graves in the German cemetery have just either 1 unidentified soldier or even 2. Sometimes there are even more than that. Only few graves have
I'm so tempted to wink at the camera there. There you go, I've got it out.
Within the German cemetery, there are 2 crypts, and within these crypts are many unknown German soldiers. A lot of the graves have names. No, don't have names! Oh!
Many of these Germans have names, but I can't translate German, can I?
Auf Wiedersehen.
It's gone, I don't know which one.
Within the German cemetery, there are 2 crypts, and within these crypts are a lot of dead Jays.
I was putting the lid on the pen and you started. Go.
Okay. Within the German cemetery, there are 2 crypts, and within these crypts are many unknown German soldiers. A lot of the soldiers don't have names, therefore many of the graves are unnamed. That's all I'm saying.
I've got an idea. You know how on the BBC reports when they have the person who they're interviewing and then them at studios and the little box in the corner? I was thinking if we put us in the little box in the corner and then we'll have the photos and the images and video playing,
You'll
make it look.
Cameraman.
Actually, no, we don't even have a cameraman. There's just no one there. It's Billy No Mates. Okay.
No, I'm sitting right here.
He got 1 and he's only 4 and you got another who's sitting next to me, so...
I've got my best friend, code Y. I've got my other best friend, Jordan. I've got my terrible friend, Jay. I'm sorry.
I'm going to edit that so it says I got my best friend Jay, my terrible friend Cody, and Jordan.
Okay.
That's what it is going to edit. That's the edit now. Send it to him. Okay, right. Time card ceremony, cemetery, even, and we found David Parton, son of Thomas and Jane, husband of Mary, Lawrence, Street of Sunderland. Yeah, I'm going to pause after each one of these. I can't.
Don't have to say all of them, just say when we visited Tynecott, which is the biggest cemetery of all, we found David Parton.
David Parton, who's the son of Thomas and Jane Parton, and husband of Mary Jane. And I'll pause it there and I'll say, from Lawrence Street, Sunderland, died 13th of October, and then I'll go, the lives he affected is children, grandchildren, grandparents, mother,
Please
father,
don't get the hiccup
hiccup.
now.
Hiccups, goddamn hiccups. Yeah, I'll list them and I'll go, so that's an estimated of 30 people or more. And now you, and me, and us. Alright. Ready? Quite finished?
It's because I held it a hiccup. I was like trying to hold my breath. Did that? Mistake. Okay.
Holy Lord.
I don't think I need a hiccup again. We should be fine.
Okay. I would laugh if we weren't even recording all this. We visited Tyncott, we visited Tyncott ceremony, but I wasn't really bothered because I had a lovely KFC on the way back. We visited Tyncott. I keep saying ceremony. We visited Tyncott
Cemetery.
Tyncott Cemetery. Our last stop was Tyncott Cemetery. I was saying it right and I still stopped. Okay. The last place we visited was Tyncott. The blast. The last place to visit was. I was going to say last post. I'm ballsing this up too much now. Thomas, Jane, and Mary. Tyncott Cemetery. The last place we visited was Tyncott Cemetery. I got it right, but. The last place we visited was Tyncott Ceremony.
Cemetery.
The last place we visited was Tyncott Cemetery. Okay, there we go. That's one done.
It was here that we found our soldier, David Parton.
It was here that we found our soldier, David Parton, from Lawrence Street, Sunderland, who died on the 13th of October, 1917. Son of Thomas and Jane, and husband of Mary. Son of Thomas to Jane.
Instead of trying to say the names, you could just say his death affected both his parents, his wife, nieces, nephews, uncles, aunties.
Okay. His death affected both his parents, his wife, his kids, his nephews, mothers-in-laws, fathers-in-laws, brothers, sisters, sister-in-laws, friends at work, colleagues, school friends, childhood best friends, and even neighbours. So an estimated was about 30 plus. And then I have to say, okay, right. And now you, and me, and us are all affected by David Parton, as we all now know him. And everyone else who has watched this video will be affected some way or another. Yeah, that's all I have to say, and now you have to say the conclusion, so...
What's the conclusion?
To conclude our original question, remembrance is important because... And it's everything you said from then on, which I just typed up for you.
I might just skip out the first part, I don't know. We'll see how this plans out.
It's like I got a parrot on my shoulder. Squawkity squawk. You're dirty.
In answer to our original question, remembrance is important for many reasons. One of which is that it allows us to learn from the past mistakes and how we can make the world a better place. It is also important to remember those who gave up their lives for us and made the blah blah blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
It is also important to remember those who gave up their lives for us, as they made a massive difference.
Who gave up their lives for us.
Oh, preach it! Oh, Lord, they gave up their lives. It is also important that we remember those who gave up their lives for us. What they did is something unimaginable, and we should be...
That was doing good, that was doing good.
We should be thankful for what they have done for us.
Okay, please not say it in a sinister, I'm glad they're dead kind of voice.
I didn't see the day.
The Joker.
It is important to remember those who gave up their lives for us, as what they did was unimaginable. We should be eternally grateful. We are eternally grateful.
They gave their lives, we were eternally grateful. Don't break the BBC mic. We should just like fraud the camera at the end.
I'm done with this!
Just be like, this is our BBC report. Over. War.
It is also important that we remember those who gave up their lives for us and their country. I just said cunt. With a re on the end. I kind of like stopped and went country.
Can we do that again?
Yeah. Because I said it very British, I missed out the T.
I said very, very British of you.
Oh, what'd you say?
Right, I should say myself. One does not simply follow the shadows.
It is also important that we remember...
You started right as I was cracking me back there, so I had to just stop like that. I was like, yes.
It is also important that we remember those who gave up their lives for us and their country. I said country right.
I thought you said it in the right place.
And then what do you want me to say? And this concludes our BBC report.
Yeah, and then we'll do that outro. I'll just go, if you like this video, click below. Yeah, we can just go, that's our BBC report over, and then just throw the mic away.
And this concludes our BBC report.
Actually, no, we should do a signing off thing. You should just go, this concludes our BBC report. I'll be like, I'm Jake Collins, and then you can go, I'm Keelan Hansen, and then I'll just say, and that's us signing off.
Back to you, Susan. I don't know who Susan is,
Back
but
to
I'm
you,
hoping there's a Susan.
fuckers. Alright, so we'll do that. So this concludes our BBC report. I'm Jake Collins, you're Keelan Hansen. This is a sign off. Okay, go.
This concludes our BBC report.
I'm Jake Collins.
And I'm Caitlin Hansen.
And this is us signing off. Well, it worked well.
There you go.
Okay, so I'm thinking,
That's going to take a lot of editing.
it will take a lot of editing. Okay, so I'm thinking at the end, I'll have like one of them BBC beep things, and I'll just close the thing, and then I'll wait like 2 seconds, and then I'll pop up with, if you like that and want to see what's happened, click on the montage below on my YouTube channel, and if you want to watch more, go to the BBC website for more information. This was sponsored by First World War, Centenary.
Well,
Let me get the itinerary.
I don't know, would you put that in this video? Because if right, this video is done specifically for the BBC, this one that we've just done. That was made for the BBC, right? I wouldn't put anything at the end of it because they'd tell us if they want anything. They might not want that, they might just want the video. Because sometimes if you go to like Newsround or whatever, let's say if you go to their website, it'll introduce it and then it'll just have the video and say for more information underneath, like in text, it'll say it. It doesn't have it on the actual video. So I wouldn't put that on just in case.
Alright, sweet. So that's what it is. First World War Cemetery Battlefield Tours Programs of FWWCBTP. That's generally their Twitter page.
Mouthful, that's what she said.
We're still recording, Caitlin. Keep it PG.
I'm sorry.